Welcome to Kruk and Kuip Extra Innings. As tonight the Giants beat the Rockies in a walk-off fashion 4-3. You can follow me at RobIman at twitter.com. This was a good game. The magic number is now down to 4. And that is to avoid a 100-loss season. And this was a really good game, good outing from Johnny Cueto. 6 2/3 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts. Not one. The only real concern was the walks tonight. 4 walks from Cueto, and then German Marquez was 3 earned runs in 6 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts. And then in the second inning, Charlie Blackmon got 2 runs. Colorado took the lead 2-0. Then the Giants got one back in the 4th inning. And then Hunter Pence had a bye-bye baby, and he annihilated that baseball into deep center to give the Giants the lead. Then Hunter Strickland came in the 8th and gave it the lead right back, and then blew the lead, allowing the tying run. But this was maybe not necessarily Hunter Strickland's fault, as it was Gerardo Parra getting lucky off of a bad pitch and lucking out. But then Pablo had another hit tonight that got the winning run across in the bottom of the 9th. And now all the Giants need to do is find 4 more wins on the schedule to avoid a 100-loss season. So I believe that I think there's 4 wins somewhere in the next 2 weeks to avoid that 100 losses. I really don't think anybody wants to. Nobody wants to see the Giants lose 100 games this season. We can do it. We can win 4 more games on the schedule. And last couple games, Pablo Sandoval stepped up his game. These are imperative performances that Sandoval needs in order to come back next season. And he's got to keep this intensity up for the next 2 weeks if he wants a chance at coming back next season. Ryder Jones, I think Jones is going to need more seasoning in AAA next year. He does not look ready for the show. But, if it could work out next year where Pablo could be the bridge at third base. Especially, Arroyo's going to probably need more seasoning after missing the second half of the season. So there's a possibility that Christian Arroyo is going to have to start next season down in AAA, depending on how he does in spring training. But if Panda can keep up this type of performance, I certainly think he could be playing at third as a bridge third baseman to start the season next year, unless the Giants decide to go after somebody like Todd Frazier in free agency. And Frazier might be an affordable 1-year contract for the Giants. A lot of people are wanting Lorenzo Cain stuff. I wouldn't mind seeing Lorenzo Cain, but they're going to have to try to haggle Jeff Samardzija in order for that to happen. They need to. Problem is the luxury tax situation is not going to be good for the Giants in the offseason. So I think we are going to see some 1-year contracts, and that's essentially going to be it. Might see a 1-year contract in the outfield, and certainly Todd Frazier do a 1-year contract at third. That Todd Frazier has some pop. But maybe Howie Kendrick, he would be an affordable 1-year contract option if he were to come to the Giants. He could play center maybe. So there's some options out there, and then we shall see what happens. And it looks like Ty Block is going to be demoted to the bullpen for the rest of the season. And maybe that's your your two lefty options next year out of the pen. Maybe have Ty Block, and then maybe even add a third lefty, and that way Bochy can mix and match more next year with Will Smith healthy. So hopefully these things work out. And they had dollar hot dogs tonight at the Giants game. So that was something that you try to get fans in the seats. And then they did little San Jose Sharks love tonight. The San Jose Sharks beanies, those were cool. Wish I'd gone, but our friends at TL Town USA went, and they showed some love tonight for the Sharks and Giants. And weirdly, tonight was also the first night of Sharks preseason. And they're my other love when baseball's not in season. I am a diehard San Jose Sharks fan, no matter how many times they break my heart every year. So I'm ready for hockey season once baseball wraps up. And I won't be on tomorrow because first of all, it's a weekday matinee game, so I don't normally do shows on that. And then second of all, I'm going to be going on the road to Arizona tomorrow as I get ready to go see the Giants in person this year play the D-backs on Monday for my birthday. So we shall see how that. Hopefully they'll win on my birthday next Monday while I visit Chase Field. I'm hoping to do a live on location show out at Chase Field on Monday. So but I am going to do a special edition show on Thursday, even though there's no Giants game. The 49ers are playing, so now with baseball wrapping up, I'll probably be doing shows still on Sunday with the 49ers and do a little 49er chat. So if anyone was interested in being part of a 49er panel, hit me up. But yeah, good, excellent performance by Hunter Pence. Then tomorrow in this last game before the Giants hit their final road trip against the LA Dodgers and the Arizona D-backs, they will the probables for tomorrow afternoon will be Tyler Chatwood versus Matt Moore. And also an interesting baseball fact, this year was the most home runs hit in a single season, and it was Alex Gordon who hit the 556-94th home run of this season in Major League Baseball. So that's a new record. And it was hit by Alex Gordon of the Royals. But the one thing that I didn't like about tonight's game, and this is something the rules committee might want to take a look at in the off season, is meetings on the mound. They allowed one meeting on the mound, and then Bud Black went and they gave him more than 30 seconds. And then after let me think, who was it? I think it was either Tomlinson or Sandoval got on base. No, it was Jones. It was Ryder Jones who got on base, and then after that, they had another meeting on the mound. I think that 2 meetings on the mound, coach or no coach, maybe switch that to an automatic pitching change. That would maybe be a way to speed up the pace of play of meetings on the mound, which I don't think fans are a fan of seeing so many meetings on the mound. Or a way to limit meetings on the mound is maybe to have timeouts in baseball. Maybe have 3, I don't know how many timeouts would be necessary, but maybe 3 to 5 timeouts per game. And that's it. If you burn any more after that, the manager's tossed or something. But I think the rules committee might take a look at speeding up these meetings on the mound, and the timeouts might be an option that could be on the table for a rule change next year for baseball. So we'll see what happens with that. All right, let's go around the league with other scores tonight. The Yankees beat the Twins 5-2. Your winning pitcher, CC Sabathia. Your losing pitcher, Jose Barrios. Brent Gardner, 3 for 4 for the Yanks. Starlin Castro, 3 for 4 for the Yankees. This is going to get on my nerves. I'm just going to do what I did last time. There we go. And Barrios only survived 3 innings, allowing 3 earned runs, 3 in the third innings, 3 earned runs, 4 walks. The Brewers edged the Pirates 1-0. Your winning pitcher, Chase Anderson. Your losing pitcher, Trevor Williams. Ryan Braun, 2 for 3 for Milwaukee. And the Phillies beat the LA Dodgers 6-2. Your winning pitcher, Aaron Nola. Your losing pitcher, Pedro Baez. Odubel Herrera, 2 for 3. Rhys Hoskins, 2 for 3. And then Yu Darvish, 1 unearned run in 5 in a third innings pitch, 7 strikeouts. Pedro Baez not good tonight, 4 earned runs and 2/3 of an inning pitch for LA. As Philly beat both Kershaw and Darvish, that has to be concerning. As looks like Philly, they've done well as of late. Philly's looking like they're a team that's certainly playing spoiler down the stretch. The Red Sox edge the Orioles 1-0. Your winning pitcher, Joe Kelly. Your losing pitcher, Brad Brock. And tough way to lose. No run support tonight. Gaussman did his part, and this was a 10-inning game. And the Blue Jays beat the Royals 5-2. Your winning pitcher, Marcus Stroman. Your losing pitcher, Ian Kennedy. Whit Merrifield, 2 for 3 for Kansas City. Darwin Barney, 2 for 3 for Toronto. Scott Alexander, 3 earned runs in 1 1/3 innings pitched. The A's beat the Tigers 9-8, and surprisingly, the A's have not been mathematically eliminated yet from postseason contention. Your winning pitcher, former Giant Santiago Casilla. Your losing pitcher, Alex Wilson. Jed Lowry, 3 for 5 for Oakland. Alex Presley, 4 for 6 for Detroit. Miggy Cabrera, 3 for 5. Daniel Gossett, 6 earned runs in 4 2/3 innings pitched. Michael Brady, 2 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. Chad Bell, 3 earned runs in 3 1/3 innings pitched for Detroit. Alex Wilson, 4 earned runs in 1 inning pitched. And the Cardinals beat the Reds 8-7. Your winning pitcher, Juan Nicasio. Your losing pitcher, Tim Adelman. Dexter Fowler, 3 for 4 for St. Louis. Jackson Stevens, 5 earned runs, 3 2/3 innings pitched. Jack Flaherty, 2 earned runs and 2 innings pitched. John Gant, 2 earned runs and 1 inning pitched. And the Cubs beat the Rays 2-1. Your winning pitcher, Mike Montgomery. Your losing pitcher, Chris Archer. Javi Baez, 2 for 3 for Chicago, as they look to be in the catbird seed at this point, being the 3 seed, and as they get ready a couple weeks to probably play Washington in the ALDS in the first round to defend their World Series crown. The Marlins beat the Mets 5-4. Your winning pitcher, Kyle Barraclough. Your losing pitcher, Paul Sewald. Jose Reyes, 4 for 5 for the Mets. JT Realmuto, 3 for 5. And also, the Marlins have been mathematically eliminated from postseason. So it's a 3-horse race left in the wild card between Colorado, Milwaukee, and St. Louis. The Nationals beat the Braves 4-2. Your winning pitcher, Max Scherzer. Your losing pitcher, Luis Gohara. Ryan Zimmerman, 3 for 5. The Astros beat the White Sox 3-1. Your winning pitcher, Colin McHugh. Your losing pitcher, Lucas Giolito. Juan Moncada, 3 for 4. Josh Reddick, 2 for 3 for Houston. Yuli Gurriel, 2 for 3. And McHugh was good, 1 earned run and 5 innings pitched. The Indians stay hot and beat the Angels 6-3. Your winning pitcher, Mike Clevenger. Your losing pitcher, Tyler Skaggs. Austin Jackson, 4 for 5 for Cleveland. Jay Bruce, 3 for 4. Jose Alvarez, an earned run without recording an out. Bud Norris, 3 earned runs and 2/3 innings of an inning pitched. And also, it looks like the Angels are not going to pay Bud Norris his bonus. And this could be maybe a good project next year for Dave Righetti if the Giants were to go after Bud Norris. The Padres beat the D-backs 6-2. Your winning pitcher, Travis Wood. Your losing pitcher, Zach Godley. A.J. Pollock, 3 for 3. Manuel Margot, 2 for 3 for San Diego. Carlos Asuhe, 2 for 4. And San Diego continues to play the role of spoiler here in the last part of the season. They have certainly been a spoiler for a lot of the NL West this year. They have done really well, and they're about to win 70 games this season. I didn't think they would win this many games. So I think things are starting to look bright in San Diego next season. They did it with a lot of Rule 5 players, so give a, give a lot of credit to Andy Green. He's really got the clubhouse is listening to him in San Diego. So I think if they can make a splash in free agency, San Diego could be back, could be a relevant team next year. The Rangers beat the Mariners 3-1. Your winning pitcher, Tony Barnett. Your losing pitcher, Nick Vincent. And Vincent squanders a good outing out of Mike Leake. And Mike Leake's looked good since being moved to Seattle, so I think Safeco's been a good fit for him. All right, and then in minor league playoff action tonight, in the game one of the World, and Durham wins the AAA championship 5-3 over Memphis. Your winning pitcher Brent Honeywell. Your losing pitcher is Josh Zield. It's too bad that's just a one-game playoff. I would like to see that be at least a best of 3 or best of 7. And now on to the standings. Boston's still up 3 games on New York. New York 6 up in the wild card. And Tampa Bay and Baltimore 5 and 5.5 apiece. And still nobody's really been mathematically eliminated yet in the AL except for Detroit and Chicago. And Minnesota still hanging on to a 1.5 game lead in the second wild card. Kansas City 4.5 back. LA a game and a half back after losing to Cleveland tonight. Texas and Seattle 3.5 and 4 back. And Oakland surprisingly still mathematically alive, being 10 games back. And in the NL East, Philadelphia is up to 60 wins as they continue to play spoiler here down the stretch. And I think Philly, after performing this strong here towards the end of the year, could save Pete McCannon for next season. So we'll see what next year brings for Philadelphia. And Chicago's at 3.5 games on Milwaukee. Milwaukee 1 game back of Colorado after losing tonight to the Giants. So Milwaukee is within striking distance of the wild card at this point, and St. Louis only 3.5 games back. And everybody else has been mathematically eliminated at this point. And Arizona down 4.5 games over Colorado. And as I say, Milwaukee still alive, and if the Giants can get a sweep here and Milwaukee wins tomorrow, you can certainly see it could be a tie tomorrow for the wild card if the Giants can get a win and Milwaukee wins tomorrow. So we'll see what happens with that. And I think the edge would go to Milwaukee at that point because Milwaukee has taken down the good teams this year. So we'll see what happens with that as we get to the final. These are the fun days of baseball, even though the Giants aren't in it. But still, the playoff race is always exciting as we are getting to the last week and a half of the season. All right, I'll be back Thursday. Thanks for tuning in. Keep it orange, keep it black, keep it orange and black. Good night, everybody.